Good morning, you beautiful air signs. So we're going to go ahead and start with your weekly. I've had about a week to set in my truth here. Oh, it's raining, so I'm just going to open the window a little bit. It's colder than shit. I just went to the store and picked up a mocha, and now it's raining. And so I'm all nice and warm, and I got a blanket on. Little Miss Boo Boo won't be back for till supper time, so it's a little quiet. We're going to go ahead and rock star your vibe for the week. I had to learn how to balance out my face hole. Thanks, you guys. It was nice to be able to step into truth, for the air signs to actually, as collectives, come in and start spreading some truth out there, heart chakra energy, for the collectives that are stepping into that energy. So it was like I was just spitting truth. It was really nice to be able to rid myself of that energy, of always holding things in. So thank you guys very much for stepping in. So first out, we have with the fairy oracles. I love these cards. They're beautiful. We have I Am the Poet. And as he's sitting here just kind of looking out, I started and I pulled two more cards. And so we have fear and communication, right? So it's like, I am the poet, right? You're the poet of your own truth. What you put out, that's what we get back threefold. And so that's what you're learning through fear and communication, is how to be able to communicate air signs in your truth, right? Being grounded, and learning, being in this shadow side energy of release, what is just hurtful, what is putting yourself in judgment, what is putting other people in judgment, learning what's just mean, and learning how to balance out your energies with humor. We're now in October, where we're all just really as collective shedding, right? Shedding this old energy of not being in truth, because when we're not in truth, we're not in the right vibration, right? We're holding ourselves back. Our destinies are meant to be seeked by us. We are the seeker of our own journey, right? And the air signs, you guys are like the oldest signs in the zodiac book of knowledge here. So, you know, it was nice. It's nice that the kings and queens kind of stepped in, but also making sure that you realize what you're putting out is what you're manifesting. And that comes back to us threefold. And if you're putting out shitty shit, then you get 3 plates of shitty shit that you got to deal with first before you can move forward, right? Because this has all been about learning your truth and moving forward. Just as I said that, learning your truth, right? So that's what you're looking out at as the poet, right? Your own truth, being able to speak your journey of who you are, right? Getting out of fear through communication, right? Communicating who you are, being in truth. Amen. Because you're on the path of truth, right? So it's walking down this journey on being in truth, right? That's the only way that we can get there, is to be open and honest and in our truth in order to keep making forward movement. The overall ending energy here is focus. So Spirit wants you to be focused on your path, right? Keeping yourself grounded, seeing your truth through nature, right? So let's kind of clarify and see what we've got. I'm going to clarify with, you know what, we're in the Egyptian timeline, so I'm going to clarify, yeah, shit's already fallen, so I guess that's what we're going to clarify with. I'm going to pick these back up, and we're going to start over, because I did not set my intentions, and you guys are already trying to spit your truth out at me. So let's see what this fear is for the air signs. So it's a fear of your spiritual evolution. And again, we have, right, the yin-yang energies, right, the infinity, the never-ending cycle, right? It's about, that's your fear. Okay, so it's of stepping into your own spiritual journey, right? Your transformation, right? Right. See, because it's your spiritual path. See, that's why you got to be in focus, air signs too, right? Because you are in the middle of your spiritual journey. The information is coming down to you, right? You're in transformation, on path. All right, so don't let that be a fear. Maybe that's why you're just kind of sitting back, chilling, right? Just being the watcher right now, the watcher of your journey. Learning how to step out of fear for your transformation, your spiritual evolution. All right, so let's see what this communication is about then, air signs. What is the communication about for the air signs? All right, let's see. Your oppression, right? Oh, yeah, I feel that. Fears that are surfacing, right? Things that need to be confronted in your journey, right? It's like all this chaos. So you want to communicate about all this. Yeah, see, and I think that's why you're sitting back. It's a fear, right? Of letting go of something. Right, because then we have, see, this is your new beginnings, right? New possibilities, new thoughts, right? Getting rid of oppression. So that's your communication, right? That's why you stepped into journey, because you can't move forward. You were keeping yourself stagnant because you weren't speaking your truth, because it was like you were sitting on the sidelines just watching everybody else build. Right. Right. So then now we have powerful protector. Right. Lust, passion, fire, strength, right? Desire to keep moving forward. And that's why you're being protected right now, because you are stepping into journey, stepping into your truth, right? Because you see, you're looking right at the possibilities of the spiritual journey, of your truth, right? Because then we have destructive energies, right? If left unchecked, or if you're, right, if you're not in truth, if you're shoving that energy down, right? That could be the downfall of the communication. And that could be why you're just sitting here looking out, waiting for the right time, right? Because then it's a final ending. See, there's crocodile tears coming down. So to me, that's the finality of the situation, right? The ending for starting anew, right? Because then here's the unlimited possibilities, right? The time for seeding, which is the time for, see, and that's exactly why I said it's like coming in, you have to be able to seed, plant, water, to be able to bring to a fruitful harvest, right? Right. So this means that you're stepping into your journey, right? So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 5 and 1 is 6, right? So you've now 6. So you've moved up. Instead of keeping in the 5, reflect and release, now you're starting to see the unlimited possibilities, and now you're starting to make that movement from keeping yourself stagnant, right, in your truth, right? Let's clarify your truth here, air signs, for the weekly here. What are we stepping into for truth? Oh, snappers. Okay, hold on. You got lots of truth coming out. Okay, so for your truth, we have yes. We have building, right? This is like the magician, right? He's got a little wand here and he's like putting everything in order, right? So this is like building and creating with your ancestors, right? What you see, right? The writer, see, the writer of the stars. I am the poet. Ah, see, that's exactly it. That's why I felt like you guys were just kind of keeping yourself stagnant until you, oh, 7:47, until you manifested what it is you want, because this is the writer, the magician, right? The creator, creating what you see. So then we have the promise of pleasure. Oh my God, I love this card. You guys would get it. So we have the promise of pleasure and fulfillment, right? And this is that unforbidden dimension here, right? It's like the fire and the passion, right? I totally understand this with all that fire and passion that's in the background. It's like really, that's what's giving you, right? That's what you're manifesting, your new beginnings, right? You want all, you know, to start over in your truth with fire, passion, and desire, right? Keeping it in that spiritual journey, that realm. That's what it's about, right? Keeping it sacred. Amen. Okay, so now we have death before resurrection, right? So now we have, you know, letting go of all the shit that's kept you stagnant. See, because the universe has been watching, right? Been trying to give you the information that you need to keep forward movement, right? For building, because you see it, because that's what you're trying to manifest, is new passions, fires, and desires in your life, right? So you're in transformation, right? Yes, of your spiritual awakening, right? Of your enlightenment. See, it's like you made it through out of the darkness, right? Because here you're in a boat, right? Here's that root chakra energy again, because you want passion, fire, and desire, right? So in order to get that, you have to be the manifester of your own truth, right? What you see. Oh, see, that's why you've been putting yourself out, just kind of building and waiting, right? Because in this collective journey, your jobs are to keep the truth out so we can keep going. So in the chess game of life, you guys are the messengers. So you're in messenger energy for transformation, right? Getting all the truth out to the collectives. Ooh, right? Because now you're coming down. You're coming down, right? It's like you made it up that out of that dark night of the soul, which is exactly where all the collectives are as a unit. That's exactly 1351, where you guys are as a unit. Right. And so in order to get what you see, what you're manifesting, your truth, your fires, your passions, your desires for this transformation, right? So now it's like time to make connections, right? You got to start getting yourself out there, putting that energy out, because what you put out is what you get back, right? And so if you're putting out shitty shit, you get back shitty shit. Relationships, if you're putting out the good goods, then you're going to get back that good goods in vibration and frequency, in movement, right? Forward movement, right? So this is you getting all the information from the divine, right? Telling you that it's now time for that closure, to cry it out. That's why the crocodile tears, right? Before you stepped into truth. Right, because that was a fear. in communicating. Okay, because then the overall ending energy with this one is separation. Right? So this is the necessity of finding your independence, right? Taking your journey. Getting out of shadow side into that passion, fire, and desire, which is exactly where you are in your truth. Right. So it's taking the journey with open heart chakra, right? Being balanced in your emotions. See, it's raining for me right now, just as I'm talking about this. So this is the rain, right? And today, here for me, it's raining. It's really soft, slow, it's quiet. When we're quiet, you can hear it just kind of pelting on the trees that are outside the bushes, right? Right. So there's that, yeah. See? Crocodile tears. That's the journey. It's getting over and grounding yourself and finding new passions, fires, and desires. And for me, if I turn it this way, you can see that this is the universe. See, it's the cosmic connection here. It's what you're building. See, it's like she's over protecting you through going through this emotional endeavor of getting out of dark night of the soul. Yeah. It's crazy. That's beautiful energy. So let's see what Spirit says. Through temperance, moderation, and balance is how you're going to get there now, air signs. Because once you release that energy and you set your mind and your intentions and start building these networks that Spirit is asking you to build, because you're in transformation here, right? That's how you're going to get it. It's balancing out your truth. And you know, that's exactly why it took me as an extra week sitting in your energy, air signs. Because of that, there was so much truth out there that people were just spreading, and a lot of it was coming from the air signs. And I was like, oh my God, this is crazy. How much truth was really coming out, which was beautiful, because that's exactly what we needed to make it over that hump with the rest of these collectives. Right, because you were the last set of collectives, because we had the fire signs who were first. Fire signs are the ones showing us the journey, right? Burning it down for the earth signs, who then come in and start grounding, plowing, tilling the land, right? Breaking the barriers for the water signs to come in with the heart and the emotion, right? To keep, right, for keeping earth grounded, right? Because water and earth nurture each other, meeting in the middle. And then the air signs, now you guys finally step in with truth, which is now allowing all the collectives to now reach in for that vibration. Yeah. So now you have to balance yourself out in your emotions. Air signs, yeah. See, and I think that's exactly why you've been sitting, right? Waiting, watching for that forward movement. Because you're already starting to build it. Good, good, good. Right? For happiness, success, right? Fame, recognition of your journey, because you learned how to balance out that face hole. Instead of putting shitty shit out, you had to think about it from the other person's perspective as well, right? What you put out is what you get back. And then you have relationships, right? A beginning of romance here. That's why you have your sun, your happiness, right? I just put out, see, yesterday at work, a lot of air signs came into me, and I started to notice the pattern. And so I put the, and everybody kept asking me, how do I know if I'm in shadow side? How do I know how to do shadow work? So I started posting all this stuff, and Yeah, because you guys have been in shadow for a really long time. It's okay. I get it. I understand the process. Okay. All right. So now you're ready for new beginnings, right? Relationships, love, romance, emotions, hugging, touching, right? Yeah, I get it. Especially with this COVID, it's not doing anybody any good in that department, in the department of love, for real, for real. And then we have ups and downs, but they've all been changes for the best, right? Going up and down in your emotions. And that's why you learned that this time you are the poet. You are the manifester. That's why you're looking. See, and the way I've got my cards all set out, he is looking, watching over all that's going on here. See, so it's like all this truth that's coming out. So it's like each truth that comes out gets the collectives in movement, which then puts the air signs in movement, in voice, in truth, right? Because there are other collectives that are on the same vibration, that same journey, right? And we needed that for real. For real, because we had cracks in our foundations. We were all going through shadow side, right? Through these triggers, right? Because of loss, deception, and I think that's why you got the crocodile tears too, right? Because this has been a painful journey. You've been in agony, heartbreak, grief. Yeah, that's exactly what's... Yeah, so the overall ending energy is then taking new risks, right? Going on adventures, new phases in your life. So there's the break where your truth ended because that was your focus. Your focus is leading you to the path, keeping yourself grounded, your spiritual journey, and that is why you are now taking risks, because you're in a new phase and ready for adventure, which is why the air signs stepped into truth. Right, because then underneath this one, underneath your focus, is the hawk, omens and messages. So look at the sky, air signs, for real. Right, because that's where the messages come in. That's really weird, because the crows have been chasing away the hawk that comes by me. And so to me, sometimes it's like they're chasing away the messages that are coming down from spirit for me. So then I have to look deeper into that. So I understand that, but be looking for the omens, for the messages, right? In your sleep, in your dreams, right? Because then there's loyalty, sincerity, and unconditional love, right? This is starting that new journey, being loyal to yourself, right? Making movement, right? Making movement, getting out of anger, retaliation, and jealousy, which is exactly where you guys were going through this heartbreak energy, not speaking your truth, right? Because you were speaking your truth in a very volatile manner, because of the energy change, right? And I think that's why you've now set with yourself in that energy, because see, that's what shadow work is all about. You seeing you for who you are and understanding your journey and understanding what you've been putting out. It's how you're manifesting. Right. Well, that makes sense. And then we have letting go with the king, male sexual energy, which is exactly the same. This one. Coming out with fire, passion, and fire, passion, and desire, right? Because you're in root chakra energy. See, it's learning how to balance out that root chakra energy in non-volatility, right? In manifesting with that energy instead of it being volatile. See, because the sword is locked up. Sword is down. He's holding the scroll, right? This is like messages from the king and the queen that are going out, right? Yeah. Oh, and I had just said that you guys were the messengers. See, the messengers of delivering truth for the collectives, helping us to stay into journey, right? Because we can't build unless we're in heart chakra. And if we're in heart chakra, then that means we're speaking truth because it makes us feel good. Pent up frustration leads to volatility. Yeah. Yeah. So it's learning how to switch that volatility into truth, but being in heart chakra energy, right? Learning how to manifest. And the card that just fell out, Spirit's calling you an ass. Although I tend to agree with Spirit a little bit, because we have stubbornness, procrastination, and resistance to change. See, it's like you're fighting. That's why you didn't speak your truth for so long, because you were resisting the change. That's why the crocodile tears, because it's now final for you to be able to start those new beginnings in truth, right? Because now we had resistance to change, but now you're taking risks, going on new adventures, right? Seeking new phases through forward movement, progress, and determination, right? Forward movement because you're focused on your happiness. Yeah. That makes so much sense, you guys. That's beautiful. This is beautiful. So next week, you guys, really, I would say over this next week, just really be careful what you put out, because this is a very powerful time for you guys to start stepping into journey, into heart chakra, into alignment, into truth, right? In order to keep moving forward in this journey. Because not only is your truth, but it's also being put out there as truth for the collectives. And that's beautiful, because a lot of us, we need that truth in order to keep going, to keep us in heart chakra, right? So keep spreading the love, keep taking your journey. And remember, you are a master manifester with your face hole, so it's what you put out. And if you're not making movement, being in resistance to spirit, not changing that volatile energy, then that's all you're going to keep getting are the tower moments. And you guys have now realized that. That's why you understand that you are the master manifester of your own wisdom and desire, your own cosmic connection. It's what you see. So in order for the soul collectives and the cosmic connections to come together, truth has got to be there, which is then alignment for your heart chakra. So next week is going to be beautiful, you guys. Again, be careful what you're spitting out, because that is what comes back to us threefold. Otherwise, I'll check back in with this soon. So big love, so much peace. Welcome aboard. Thank you, air signs, for stepping in and really tearing down the walls and opening yourself up to the abundance that needs to be opened in order to keep us all moving forward, including yourself, right? Shadow work is hard. I totally get it. I understand that energy. I've been 2 years face to floor in this journey, trying to understand all of it. And that is exactly why I'm as slow moving as I am. If it doesn't make sense to me and I don't see it, I can't build it, right? And so that means I had to be in truth. So I had to tear everything down and start over again, because now the kings and queens, my swords energy has now stepped into truth. And boy, I've been cheering some truth like I'm a DJ. What? It's awesome. I love it so much. You guys are pretty fierce when you need to be, and that I respect. So stay strong, right? Swords up in truth and swords down in volatility. Okay, so much peace, so much love. You guys rock star your next week. 2942, I'm totally out. Bye.